Good morning, grade 12s. It's a nice, chilly and sunny day today. It's Tuesday, the 14th of July, 2020. I trust that you had a restful night and you are ready for today. Okay, so we are doing revision and also time. Let's quickly look at our homework. But before we look at our homework, let's see who's in class today. Right, I see Bess. I see Chiara Lee. Okay, I see Liviwe. I see Ndiwuo. I see Oritabi Sitze. I see Obichi. I see Paul. I see Wesley. I see Aurora. I see Ona. I see Kumbuzo. That's right. Okay. So welcome grade 2s to today's lesson. I believe that you've got your exercise book next to you. Remember, you write your name, your surname there on top, and you write your grade, and you write today's date, and you also write the day. It's Tuesday, the 14th of July, 2020, so that when we are doing our homework, you are checking yourself and you're also marking yourself. Right, let's go. Okay, this is the homework that we had. Right, okay. So remember, we are talking about time, how to represent a time on the face of a clock or the face of a watch. We talked about our long arm and the small arm. So here, the question was 7:15. Represent 7:15 on the face of the clock. I want to see something here. There we go. 7:15. Remember we said the long arm tells us about the minutes, and then the small arm there tells us about the hours. So the hour is 7. Then there's a small arm, and then the long arm tells us about the minutes. Remember yesterday we were doing it. We said 5, 10, 50, and then we saw that it was a quarter. So that is how we would represent 7:15. So the next one there, it's 10:30. The small arm, remember, it tells us about the hours, and then the long arm there, it tells us about the minutes. Okay, so what you would do is that I want you to mark yourself, okay? So mark yourself there. Compare your answers with mine, and then where you need to do your corrections, you quickly do your corrections. Remember, because we have already passed 10, that is why your small arm is no longer at 10, but it's actually between 10 and 11. And the next one is 11:20. Okay, it's also already past 11. All right. So there it's 20, remember 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 past 11. Okay, so let's focus to draw. Right, okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, 10 to 9. Okay, um my arm there is disappointing me. Do you see? 10 to 9. Good. It's going to 9. That is why it's not exactly at 9. So when this long arm is going tick, 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 this short arm will also lift up and get 2 to 9. And then it will be 9 o'clock. I hope that you understand. I hope that you did your homework. Let's look at the next one, boys and girls. Right. Here the question was, what is your first lesson? Show the time. Well, obviously, I've used just an example for myself, which will be different from yours. You know your class, you know your first lesson and your second lesson, and then you will correct it appropriately. Okay. What is your second class? Show the time on the clock. What is your third lesson? Show the time on the clock. And what is your fourth lesson? And then you show the time on the clock. Right, let's see what we have now. Now this is my lesson. My first lesson is English and it starts at 8. So you see I have answered 2 questions. What is your first lesson? It's English. I wrote it there and then show the time on the clock. There is the time. My first lesson is at 8 o'clock. And then I think our second lesson, we've got a common lesson. Let's see. What is your second lesson? Your second lesson is mine, it's maths, and I believe yours is also maths. That's why we are here together right now. So our long arm is there and our small arm is there. So this is quite easy, hey? Right. Let's look at the third one. The third one is, what is your third lesson? Show time on your clock. My third lesson is Afrikaans and it starts at 11. Good. And then my last lesson, it's coding and it starts at 12. So what you're going to do is that you will write your lesson, your first lesson, your second, your third, your fourth, and then you will send me the homework. Please let me emphasize that it is very important for you to submit your homework. Remember, because at the end of the year, we must have evidence that this person needs to go to the next class. So if you do not send any homeworks, it's going to be difficult to say, oh, so-and-so has mastered this outcome. So please, please, please encourage yourself and send in your homeworks so that when we also write the, when we, I can't say test, but when we finding out what you know and what you do not know, we are able to say this person is competent, right? So let's go to the next one. Quickly counting in tens. Okay. from 9 to 99. Are we ready? Ready, go. 9, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89, 99. Good. So we are counting backwards from 99 to 64. Ready, go. 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80, 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, 74, 73, 72, 71, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65, and 64. Wow, it would be so nice you counting without, when you are relaxed on your own, when you're counting without looking at this grid. Okay. Practice makes improvements. Okay, so now let's look at this time and patterns. We said that there is a certain pattern in our time. Okay, our clock or our watch tells us time. Time has a pattern, and we count minutes in fives. And there we go, our fives. Remember we had said, I think it will show nicely here. Okay, so here when we count, we said that it's going to be 5. It's your 5 minutes. Okay, and then your 5 minutes you can actually see there. In some watches you'll see they've got some small lines there which are 4. So when you count, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we count in tens. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, just like that. We see the pattern: 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Do you all, are we all in the same page, on the same page? All right, good. Okay. So this is just a quick revision. Remember we are counting in fives there: 5, 10, 15 minutes. So it's 15 minutes past. So if it is 1 o'clock there, when our long arm, which is the one which tells us the minutes, okay, when it is here at 15, it is 15 minutes past, okay, or it is quarter past. We talked about it yesterday, okay. And then when your long arm is here at 30, we said it's 30 minutes past, or you can say it is half past, okay. Ndibu, have I lost you? Tlotlo, everything okay? All right, let's focus now, boys and girls. All right, now let's see what we have. Okay, let's look at this classwork. Okay, so I want you to please concentrate here. So here what we have We have our clock there. We've got our long hand or our long arm there. And we've got our short hand or our short arm there. So where is our short hand pointing? Where is our short hand pointing? Where is it pointing? It's just before 4, okay? And our long hand there, it's standing at 40 minutes. Remember when we were counting in fives, you can see those seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 minutes, okay? And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, okay? And then it's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes. So our long arm stands on 40 minutes, okay? So it means that when your long arm is here, it means that it is 20 minutes before the long hand is on 12. Somebody can say, but what do you mean by 20 minutes? Okay, why are you saying that it is 20 minutes? Okay, I'll show you quickly. You see, when we are here at 40 minutes, remember all this, the space is 5 minutes. So we can count 5, 10, 15, 20. So it means that it is 20 minutes before the long arm or the long hand is on 12. So what time is it? We say it is 22:04, meaning that it is 20 minutes before it is 4 o'clock. Okay. I seem to be having a challenge again with my chat box, but let's see if I do it this way. Okay, if it doesn't respond, then it means that I will not be able to communicate. It's jumping again. So what's going to happen is that you'll bear with me. I will just go through the presentation. If you've got any questions, you will drop me an email. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay. There we have another clock. I want us to do it together. You can write this on your exercise book. The shorthand is just before what? The shorthand is just before what? Please write an answer for me. You can also see the color coding. The shorthand is just before. Okay, you will write there. And then the long hand stands on how many minutes? How many minutes is it? Remember our minutes, we count them this way. We count them this way. And then it's good that we've got an example there. Right. Okay. Write it for yourself. Okay. And then it is how many minutes before the long hand is on 12? Okay, we go to our long hand there and then we check it's how many minutes before we get there. If you like, you can count the minutes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you will continue there, okay? Or you can count in fives. Okay, so you will write your answer there. So then you would say, what time is it? Okay, let's check your answers now. There's our clock again. There's our answer. The shorthand is just before 6. So just correct yourself there. Put a nice tick for yourself there. The next one, the long hand stands on how many minutes? There, 50 minutes. So you put a tick for yourself there also. Okay. The next one, they say it is how many minutes before the long hand is on 12? There it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 10 minutes before the long hand is on 12. Okay. And then we say it is 10 to 6. It is 10 minutes to 6. It is 10 to 6 when we say it. Okay. Right. Let's look at the next one. Again, you look at your shorthand. Where is your shorthand? Your shorthand is just before. Just check where your shorthand is. And then you write it nicely on your book. And then the long hand or your long arm, where is it standing? You write it. Okay. And then we say it is how many minutes before the long hand is on 12? How many minutes is it for the long hand to be on 12? So there is your long hand. And what you're going to do is that you are going to count there. We start there by your long hand. There we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, and then you will decide how many minutes is it before the long hand is on 12. And then when you look at this time, you say, what time is it? What time is it? Okay, let's look at your answers. The shorthand is just before 8. That's correct. Put a nice tick for yourself there. And then the long hand stands on how many minutes? There we go. It stands on 35 minutes. Okay. You put your tick there. And then we say it is how many minutes before the long hand is on 12. So let's see, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So it's 25 minutes before the long hand is on 12. So you're going to put your tick there for yourself. Right, let's see. So when we tell the time, we say it is 25 to 8, meaning that it is 25 minutes before it is 8 o'clock. Okay, right, let's quickly look at this homework. So this is a reflection of the different times that we have. Remember the other time we were talking about um, when the digital way of writing time. So here it's when we have a 24-hour clock system, okay? And then here, that's when we have a 12-hour clock system, meaning that even if it is 9:50 in the evening, it will still be the same. So this can be 9:50 a.m. or PM. Remember, we talked about it the other day. But when you look at this, it is clear that it is not during the day, but definitely after 12, and it is in the evening, right? And then let's see, okay, so here it's just also an example of how you would do your 24-hour clock system, how you would use it. Remember, we said that if it is PM, after 12, you would add the number. So you see 12 midday. When it becomes 1 o'clock, it's going to be 12 plus 1. That is why it is 13. So if we look at this time here, it's 23:58. So when we go there, we see 23. We can see that it is in the evening, and then 23 is represented by the 11 there. So it is 12 by added 12 plus 11 gives you 23. Okay, so this was just an example, but this here, it's a pity, I can't go to the chat box. I don't want the screen to go up and down, hey? So here, this is a stopwatch. And where do we use our stopwatch, okay? And then we see some grade 2s there, okay? They are having fun. Let's see what is the homework saying, right? It says it takes Batabile 50 seconds to do 50 jumping jacks. Okay, we see the boys and girls there are doing the jumping jacks, up and down, up and down. So it takes Batabile 50 seconds to do 50 jumping jacks. Why do we say 50 seconds? It's because she timed herself. She timed herself and she saw that it was 50 seconds. Okay. Just under a minute. Okay. Because your 60 seconds, if you look at your, it's just, we don't have a, there's another arm. If you look at your clock or your watch, there are 3 arms or 3 hands in your on your clock or on your watch, so that the small one which is moving tick 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 tick, that's a seconds arm or hand. So 60 seconds, when it has gone round 60 times, that's when we get 1 minute. So it means that it took Batabile less than 1 minute. Okay. So here it says, how long does it take Batabile to do 1 jumping jack? Remember here it says it takes her 50 seconds to do 50 jumping jacks. So if she's doing 1, how long is it going to take her? And then how long will it take Batabile to do 100 jumping jacks? Remember, this is your guideline. This statement here is your guideline. Okay, so here we see that 60 seconds is equal to how many minutes? 60 seconds is equals to how many minutes? Okay. And then how many minutes are equal to 1 hour? Okay, some research for you there. How many minutes are equal to 1 hour? And then how many hours do we have in a day? Okay, so just go back to the notes that we had yesterday and then look at this one there. Remember that third arm that is moving? Look at your clock. That's the one. So after it has gone all the way up to 60, that's when we have 1 minute. Okay, so here it says how many minutes are equal to 1 hour. Okay, and then how many hours do we have in a day? Are there any questions? You can take a snapshot of this. Let me quickly check.